Good. Inflation numbers are determined by a basket of commodities that are being priced every now and then by GBOS. One. GBOS is understaffed, seriously understaffed. Everybody knows that. You have to go to the market and collect that data and update it, and you rebase your basket. And that rebasing is what was happening, is what's not happening. Okay. So the figures that they get, that they feed to central bank, are not a reflection of the reality on the ground. And you cannot tell any Gambian today that inflation has gone down. When you go to the market, you feel something different. We are just doing some mental gymnastics here. The reality of the situation, some of those things in that basket are not what counts for the daily living of the people. But more importantly, the figures that are put in there are what are not correct. So central bank should know about that. So that's why I say we are not obliged to accept, because they know that the figures being given are not correct, because the rebasing is not done. And they know that. So they should be able to call GBOS and say, because you see, they finance a lot of this service in the central bank. They work with GBOS on a number of things, and they finance them to do these things. So they should be able to tell GBOS, your figures should be looked at again. We do not want to have our technical people demeaning themselves by giving us data which is not correct at all. And they know it. We know it. Even the very average Gambian who has no university or tertiary education in some of these areas to be able to assess some of these things, feel it on a daily basis. So you cannot tell that Gambian that his living standard is getting better because the dollar C is getting stable, or that the inflation is going down, or that the GDP growth has gone to 5.7%. 5.7%, just take the population growth rate of the country. You deduct that from our GDP, you have 3 point something. So you see, these are all factors which should be taken into account. So you cannot just take any of those figures in isolation. They are part of a general network of things that you have to look at together. Our rice production doesn't exist anymore. Our groundnut production does not exist anymore. Very minimal. Cotton is out of the picture. Sesame is out of the picture. Jewel brew has been taxed into inexistence. Our real economy is virtually inexistent. And it's that real economy that supports the country going forward in terms of the strength of the dollar. That's what sustains the dollar. That's what sustains the economy of the country. That's what sustains inflation, going down or not. If we have,
it's not actually.
If we have a system in this country where we have the import substitution, where we grow our food, the rice, the oil we transformed here from groundnuts, etc., and we save the $200 million plus dollars we spend every year to import food, that will have a huge impact on the value of the dollar. It will have a huge impact on cutting down inflation, because inflation, we import inflation. When we bring in food, just by the dollar dropping in value, depreciating in relation to the dollar, to the euro, to the CFA, just that mechanical effect makes our imports much more expensive. So when we import food from abroad, we import inflation. So the inflation gets fueled by that. If we produce those things locally, we are saving that part of the inflation and getting it out of our figures.
Okay.
So there are some, anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on these technical issues, because it sometimes gets boring for people. But
but Seedy, you and I go to the same market.
Can I just respond to him before you just
go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Manneh, it's unfortunate that you will look at the effort that GBOS
Charles,
is doing,
can you check your internet? It's going in and out, please.
Saying, though you can say they are understaffed, but having that doubt in the exercise of our young men and women out there doing extremely well the work that they're doing. I think that is rather unfortunate.
Don't put the wrong words into my mouth.
But that's what you just said.
I'm not talking about the staff of GBOS not doing good work. I'm saying
no, you are saying they are feeding the wrong,
so they cannot do all the work they need to do. So the information that is fed into the system is incomplete and inaccurate. And that's not their fault. It's because they are understaffed.
That's a rather unfortunate statement to say that. Being understaffed, you are speculating. You don't go in and look at their books.
No, we all know.
No, you don't. Come on. You don't know. They are doing a brilliant job.
I know. If you don't know, you don't know. Listen, but I know.
The leadership
I'm not talking about the brilliance of the work.
The leadership of
GBOS leadership itself will be the first to tell you they are understaffed.
Come on. You can never have enough staffs in any way. Even Fado here, if you have your way, you'll pull up another dozens of people to come and help.
That is not the answer.
No, listen to me. But what you have just said is rather unfortunate. Because I know the young men and women sitting at GBOS are doing extremely well. And the figures that you are saying are not right. I'm putting it to you. Those figures are right until and unless you can prove it to me. They are right. They are right.
Seedy, you and I go to the same market. Okay.
No,
now that you said the figures are right.
He talked about the Dallas.
Let me demagogical here.
No, let me see
talk about the Dallas.
You
talk about the Dallas. You talk about the Dallas. We have seen just a few weeks ago, well, 4 weeks ago, President Barrow have gone round to industrial sites. I've seen young Gambian men and women going out there doing the best for this country. We have got a farm here, a chicken farm. We have got a rice field here. We have seen Gambians going back to the land, doing what will bring this country where it was when you and I, probably you're older than me, you knew what was happening. You know, my grandmother never bought a bag of rice from a shop. And I know you know very well that when we are in Brufut, we don't buy a bag of rice. We go to our tandakos and our furrows and we have all what we want. But you and I know today, you don't have a farmland, I don't have a farmland. But we have seen.
Again, that's where you're wrong. I have farms.
No, you don't go on farm. I have a farm. I have everybody. I just said you have featured my farm.
You just said you don't have.
No.
You just said you don't have.
I have. You don't have.
You just said you don't have.
You don't have a farm. You know, mechanical farming down the road, that's you don't go, you don't have a farm. I go and use the ngos.
But how do you know that?
So you think that is the way for us to go?
No.
With the hoe to go and
No.
Listen, that's the problem with you people.
No, come on. Allow me to say this.
Because you think that the farmer should go back to the farm.
I never said that. I'm saying you. I said that's what you believe. That's what you believe. And I would love to see your manifesto. I would love to see your manifesto because whatever you say, you are just giving me a textbook explanation of how the economy is run because you've never put it in your manifesto. And in our manifesto, it's well spelled out.
You see, that is the demagoguery I'm talking about you.
No, it's not.
Manifesto has been there for years. Why haven't you read it?
Fatu have given us a deja vu to come back here, to come here.
Okay, we will have something on your manifesto.
What are you saying about the Dallas?
What
are you saying about the Dallas? We have seen what is happening. We have seen what is happening in our economy, and our economy is performing very well.
Really?
Seedy, let me
go. President Barrow, we are
that's an insult to the Gambians.
You and I go to the same market. You and I go to the same market.
You see, Fatu, can I just say before you go somewhere, these people don't know what the market is like.
So where do you shop?
These are the people
Mr. Manneh, where do you shop? Mr. Manneh, where do you do your shopping?
Who are living off our tax dollars and getting all that they need from us. Well, they don't know what is happening in the market.
Are we aliens?
See,
are we aliens?
These people are privileged. So they're forgetting about the ordinary Gambian who is suffering. They are forgetting about the people whose business they've destroyed, whose shops they have vandalized in the name of road clearing, and who are suffering today.
Internet, please.
They are suffering in this country. And you guys don't know because you are privileged.
You call me privileged?
Yes, you are.
You are the MVP.
You are given your... I just came here, so NPP 4. They gave you that car. And you guys bought 87 vehicles here at exorbitant price and just shared amongst yourselves.